Okay, today we're making pesto pasta. Make sure you like, subscribe, so you'll get notified when I post new videos. Here are all the ingredients you'll need for this recipe. Okay, let's get into it. This right here is everything you need for your recipe. Pre-planning to stop you from burning your food and forgetting ingredients. So this is all we need for this pesto pasta. Let's get started. So first and foremost, we're gonna boil our noodles per the package. So whatever noodles you choose, boil it that way. My particular noodles only take 8 minutes. But for the last 2 minutes of the 8 minutes, I'm going to put that spinach that I chopped up roughly prior to in this same water. Yes, they're about to share the same water. You're going to boil it for the last 2 minutes, or when your noodles get al dente, however you say it. So let that boil, stir it up a little bit. Make sure your leafy greens are cooked. And once your pasta is done, just turn it off, strain the pasta and the spinach or whatever leafy green that you pick in the same strainer. So just strain it out, get all the water out, and put that off to the side. So now that you've drained your pasta and your greens, we're going to make our pasta sauce. And we making this from scratch. We not doing prego. We not doing nothing in the can, baby. So buckle up. Let's get this from scratch. So put your oil in your little saucer or your pan, whatever. Now you're going to add your onions, your garlic, your peppers, whatever you want to put in there. This is your sauce, so you put it in there. But make sure it's chopped up small. No big chunks, okay? You're going to put them in there and you're going to saute it until the onions are like see-through. That's your key to know it's time to add more stuff, okay? Okay, so it's been about 2-3 minutes. We're going to add that 2 tablespoons of butter, okay? Right dead in the center. We want the butter to melt it down. That's flavor right there. So we're going to melt it down. So while we waiting for this good butter to melt down, okay, I'm a little bit impatient. I want you to go ahead and grab your next 2 ingredients. It's going to be your milk and your flour. So get that ready, because as soon as this butter is melted, honey, we putting this milk and this flour in here. Because again, we not doing no canned sauce. Say no to the prego. We doing everything from scratch. Ooh, this butter taking forever to melt. But okay, we have finally made it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to sprinkle our flour over this mixture. So this can be a little bit complicated. It is for me sometimes. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour. I'm going to pour a little bit of milk in there. I done told y'all I ain't no chef, so you got to work with me, okay? So we're going to put a little bit of flour, and then we're going to put our milk. Make sure you're stirring the entire time so your sauce will not be clumpy. Figure out a method. Stir, 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 so your sauce will not be clumpy, okay? This is not supposed to look like grits. This is a pasta sauce. So you're mixing your flour, your milk, your flour and your milk. Just keep it going, get everything in there. Ooh, that look a little thick, honey. Hold on now. Add some more milk. Keep mixing, keep mixing. Make sure everything is mixed thoroughly. We don't want any clumps. But I forgot to tell y'all, this entire time, it needs to be on low to medium heat, okay? We're creating a simmer. So while it's simmering, I want you to add about a half a cup of water, okay? Just a little bit so it won't burn, because I know some of y'all probably got it on medium to high heat. Low to medium. So while our pasta is on the stove on low, simmering, we're going to prepare our tomatoes. So we're going to cut the grape tomatoes in halves. Nothing fancy, just cut them all in half and put them in a bowl. You ain't got to do nothing extra. But then we also have sun-dried tomatoes. You want to cut those up roughly. Okay, so nothing fancy yet again. Just cut them up into little pieces, because that is going to go into your pasta as well. So the tomatoes we just cut in halves, we're going to prepare them with the pesto and the chives. So I'm going to do 1/2 chives, 1/2 pesto. This pesto is a little thick, so I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. But I want to make sure it's fully covered with flavor, okay? So everything should have pesto. Add a little salt, add a little garlic salt, pepper. Nothing wrong with adding flavor. We already not eating meat, so let's add some flavor. Here's just a little close-up of what it'll look like once it's all mixed together. Voila. All right, so we're back at the sauce. So we're going to stir it up some just to get the ingredients back together. But I want to add some more seasoning to it. So I'm going to add some salt, garlic, pepper, Italian season. But this is your sauce, so add whatever you want to add to it, okay? The recipe called for white cheddar cheese. So this is white cheddar cheese, okay? But I went a little bit over the top. I'm going to add me some mozzarella and provolone too, because I just like cheese. You want to spice it up, add whatever cheese that you like. But we're going to stir that cheese in there. Make sure it's smooth and through. Make sure it gets all the way through the sauce because we want this to be creamy. We want this to be cheesy. So get your cheese in there. You see that? Probably not. Now your sauce is done. We're going to add our pasta and our greens that we cooked earlier and drained, okay? Make sure your stove is off. The sauce is hot enough. The stove does not need to be on, okay? Keep stirring, make it all smooth, make it all one cohesive dish. So now that your pasta and your greens are in there together, we're going to sprinkle our sun-dried tomatoes over the top. This baby is almost done. So we got our sun-dried tomatoes, we got everything in there. So we're going to stir it up again to make it one cohesive dish. And if you want to double back with the seasoning, go ahead and add you some more salt and pepper and some more garlic salt. I want to make note, I don't drink milk, so I did cook this recipe with almond milk. So to all my lactose intolerant brothers and sisters, this can be done with any type of milk outside of regular milk, okay? So I personally like the flavor of sun-dried tomatoes, so I'm going to add a little bit more. But this is your pasta, so you do you, I'm going to do me. Now stir everything back up again. Okay, so this is the optional part, the Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. So if you like a little crunch to your food or just a little bit more flavor, we're going to put a tablespoon of olive oil or whatever and pour in the 1/4 cup of Italian breadcrumbs. We're going to toast them on medium heat for maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. You're going to keep stirring them so you can get a different texture on them all. Once they get to the color that you like, I like mine medium black to black. So I'm going to toast mine to medium black to black, but whatever color that you like, you toast it to that. The moment we've been waiting for, it is time to eat. So I'm going to place my pasta on the plate. Then I'm going to garnish it with the tomatoes that I prepared earlier with the pesto and the chives. Now you have the option to use the breadcrumbs that we toasted, or you can use Parmesan cheese. I chose Parmesan cheese because I am watching my figure, okay? Voila, there it is, pesto pasta. Make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be notified when I post new videos.